Hello, and welcome back to Explain the Charts. Today is April 28th, 2025. We're diving into the SPY, the S&P 500 ETF, to analyze recent market events, news, and technical indicators. We'll be looking at the news and the charts, so buckle up. According to recent news, the market is bracing for a busy earnings week with tech giants like Apple and Amazon reporting. Also, keep an eye on the PCE index and the April jobs report, as these could heavily influence market sentiment. The stock market is anticipated to have a volatile week ahead, influenced by big tech earnings and economic data releases. Futures tied to the S&P 500, Dow Jones Industrial Average, and Nasdaq were slightly down. There's also ongoing discussion about Trump's tariffs and potential delays to higher tariffs, which could impact the S&P 500. Now, let's take a look at the SPY daily chart to see how these events correlate with price action. Focusing on the last few months, we see a significant drop in early April, likely related to initial tariff concerns. We can see the large red candles from early April around timestamp 1743652800000 and 1743739200000. Then we see a strong recovery, with a subsequent period of consolidation. We can note the large green candle around timestamp 1744171200000 when prices recovered. Switching to the 1-hour chart provides a closer look at recent price fluctuations. We can see this period of high volatility in early April. For example, check out timestamp 1744128000000. A potential resistance level appears to be forming around 551. However, the price has recently stalled around the 545 level, which can be seen around timestamps 1745514600000 and 1745535300000, suggesting it might act as short-term support. If we break that resistance, it could signal further upside. Looking at the 15-minute chart, we can identify some intraday patterns. We see smaller consolidation zones and potential breakout points. For example, between timestamp 1745421900000 and 1745423700000, we see prices trending sideways. Notice also how it spiked significantly between timestamps 1745514600000 to 1745521800000. If we take a more zoomed-in view, in the last hour alone at 1745607300000 to 1745610900000, prices have been more volatile. Currently, the S&P 500 seems to be consolidating around the 550 level. A break above 551 could indicate a bullish continuation, potentially targeting 555 in the short term. However, failure to hold above 545 could lead to a retest of lower support levels, possibly around 540. Given the news regarding upcoming earnings and economic data, expect volatility. If positive earnings reports materialize and economic data remains strong, a breakout above 551 is likely, perhaps 60% probable. Conversely, negative news could trigger a pullback towards 540, around 40% likely. Keep an eye on those key price levels, 540, 545, and 551.